Hello and welcome to another Nikke video. Today I'll be talking about the new game mode Solo Raid and giving some team recommendations. These are going to be based off the website nga.cn, which is the Chinese community take on the teams. I've been mostly doing my own teams, but as soon as you get higher in the Solo Raid tiers, you will need a team that works together. Hope you enjoy the video. So here is the team comps that they recommend, and then I will show what teams I made up based on them, since I do not have all the Nikkes yet. So according to the NGA, the first team on the burst 1 slot is going to be Dorothy, and then you'll also have a flex option, which a flex option is anything you might feel that you want to have as an extra burst 1. And then on burst 2, it's going to be Uni, and also you'll also have a flex option there as well. On burst 3, it's going to be Alice, Privity, and then also another flex spot. So by the team 1, I mean, you have Dorothy, Uni, Alice, and Privity, so that's 4 there. And this is based on how you feel your team's going to work. If you feel that maybe you want another unit in there that's going to benefit the team, that's why they have that flex spot there. But it's based on your discretion pretty much. All right, and then on for team 2, the burst 1 slot is going to be Volume. The burst 2 is going to be Viper or Guilty. Burst 3 is going to be Scarlet, Modernia, and then it's going to be either D or Helm. And on team 2, there's really not any flex, but you know, based on what Nikkes you have, you could always, you know, obviously substitute for something else. On team 3, the first burst is going to be Leader, and then they also have a flex option as well. And then burst 2 is going to be Novel, and there will be a flex spot again. And then the burst 3 is going to be Snow White, Maxwell, and then another flex spot as well. So obviously by looking at who's in burst on burst 3, this is pretty much mostly a Snow White burst team. But for me, I don't have Snow White, so I had to actually put different units there. I'll show you that in a bit. For team 4, the first burst slot is going to be Pepper and Sakura. The burst 2 is going to be Rupee. The burst 3 is going to be Julia and Laplace. And lastly, team 5 is going to be, the first burst is going to be Miranda. The burst 2 is going to be Dala and Polly. Burst 3 is going to be Sugar and Drake. And let me just go ahead and show you my teams here. So I already have it loaded into the Solo Raid here. I got to stage 6 here. I didn't make it quite past stage 5. I actually had to redo it over since I failed it when it was around 10% with HP remaining. And that's when I looked online and somebody gave me this team, and yeah, I managed to beat them within 2 teams. So let me go ahead and show you what I have. So I'm just gonna hit mock battle here since I already wasted all my entries. And for my team here, how I have mostly everything they have set. So I did have Dorothy, I had Uni, Alice, and Privity, but what I did put is my new Pilgrim there. Barely unlocked her. So Nihilister, I put her on the team, and mostly I put her there as the flex just because for Uni here, let me go ahead and bring her up. With her burst, she actually has this charge speed up, and since Nihilister is a sniper, you know, I'm like, oh well, that's going to benefit her, no problem. And also as well with Alice, whoops, let me get her, whoops, where is she? There we go. With Alice here, since she has the charge speed, it's going to help out Nihilister as well. So I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and put a sniper there. I think you could also put a rocket launcher as well, but I'm like, yeah, you know, I want to use her. All right, and then for team 2 here, I had pretty much have the whole roster how they recommended. The only one I didn't have was either Viper. I didn't have Viper, so I just put Guilty instead, and I like Guilty more. But for me, I prefer to have, even though I have D, I prefer to put Helm, since I do like how much she could heal. Yeah, because it's especially with Scarlet, since for her on I have a lot of overloaded gear, and I'm trying to get a lot of the max ammo capacity, and then also I'll put with the cube as well to give her more ammo as well. So she goes through her HP extremely quickly. So usually I would go ahead and burst with Helm every now and then, because yeah, the whale does do quite a bit of damage as you start getting higher in the tiers. And then for my team 3 here, I did have, the leader here, Novel, Maxwell, and how I said I do not have Snow White at all. I'm hoping I get her soon. I'm stacking up those tickets to make another video. Once I have a huge amount of tickets, I'll stack up a lot, and I'll have another special surprise as well. So instead of Snow White in the place, I put a Haran in the place, and also I put our favorite doggo here. I put Biscuit here in the place too, since I do like her as a lot. I mean, I like how she could prevent people from dying, and then heal them as well, and then recover, depending on what type they are, if they're attacker, defender, or support. And then for my team 4 here, I did have all of them here. So I did put Pepper, Sakura, Rupee, Julia, and the only one I didn't have was Laplace there. So I just swapped it out for Maiden here, since I really do like her. I mean, I think I could have put something else in her place, but I really do like Maiden. I really like her design, and I wish she didn't have the coat, but I don't want to pay $20 to give her the other costume. So but I do like her. And also as well, what you want to keep in mind too is that you want to keep the order, because even though they are both burst 1, Sakura is burst, her burst is 40 seconds, where Rupee's is 20. So if you put her in the first spot, then Sakura is never going to burst, which maybe that's what you want to do, but that's something you want to keep in mind. And then on the 5th one here, it's going to be Miranda, Dolly, Dala, Polly, Sugar, and Drake. So everything that they pretty much recommended. Since I ran out of tries, I haven't used all of them yet. When I was in the previous tier, I pretty much almost finished them off all with just in my first team. And then once I reached the second, it was a quick defeat for the whale here. So, and when I looked at how they laid out the teams, I initially, when I first started, I put all my main squad in the first, and then I put, my B team on the second, and that did not work out well, honestly. I felt that this worked out much better, and I see why they did it. They just spread it out more, since I feel that as you go on, it's going to be more of a marathon than a sprint, where, you're just going to casually just keep knocking a good chunk off of the whale in each of your teams, and hopefully you'll be able to complete it before you reach your 15. Because if you don't complete it, unfortunately, since I just found out that as soon as you fail to kill the whale, it pretty much resets the HP back to 100%, and then you have to go ahead and retry again, and you pretty much wasted a try. So that's what happened to me. I wasted a try. I tried to do the teams that I had, and it was a spectacular failure. So I'm going to go ahead and use this team for next time here. But of course, I mean, I know not everybody has all these units. So if not, what I would probably recommend is to look at the skills that each one is bringing to the group. So for instance, this one here, if we go to volume here, even though she does have stuff for herself, she does have a lot of cooldowns, that will cool down for the burst and all of that. It does give critical rate as well. Where here we're guilty, where she'll be able to borrow the attack of another powerful Nikke. So that's why usually she's pretty good in shotgun teams, because man, she does a lot of damage for a free unit, which I'm very surprised. But for all the ones that the Chinese community have recommended, you could swap them out with pretty much anything, really. It's just that those are the ones that they recommended, and for me, how I told you, I don't have all the units, so some of them I just thought, hey, I like this unit, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. I don't know if they're gonna be the best for that slot, but I like those units regardless, so I'm gonna go ahead and try them out, and then I'll have to wait till tomorrow to actually give them a good try and see how well they do. Also as well, for the people that are actually doing this, I think I might have to quit this since it's just a mock battle. I believe it's a mock battle. Yep, that's fine. If you look at the reward info, if you can at least make it to tier 5, because every time you complete this one, you're going to get 2 cubes. So if you complete 1 through 4, you're only going to get 1 cube per completion. I mean, besides the first time, obviously you're going to get the amount of rewards for this first time, where each one, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. But I mean, as soon as you complete it the first time, everything from 1 through the 4th tier, you're only going to get 1 for each repeat. So but if you reach from 5 to 7, you'll get 2, besides obviously the first ones, of course. And then the season end rewards, you know, the better you do, the more besides the gems you're going to get, which the max is going to be 6 grand there. And then you get this fancy frame here, which does look pretty cool. There's a lot of spikes there. And for me, I'm hoping I could get quite up there. I mean, to get the most fancy one, you have to be here at the 1%. And right now, I think I'm at 4.33. So I'm almost there. I'm trying to get there, but hopefully I do. I mean, with this team, hopefully I'll get a little bit better, because now I'm a little behind. But either way, you still have about 5 days to do it, so there's no problem. And then after you beat all the stages, if you happen to do that, they're gonna have this challenge mode, which will actually net you some more rewards. They don't show it on here yet, but yeah, you'll be able to get this currency, which hopefully they tell us soon what that currency does. But other than that, I mean, you know, go ahead and try your best, because even if you don't think you're going to do that well, even if you look at the lowest here, you see even trying is just 100 gems. And no matter what, as long as you even play, you're just going to get 300 regardless. So go ahead, try it. You know, that's unfortunately it's just one pool, but luckily there's a lot of bot accounts on a lot of the servers, so you should be able to get at least a little bit higher. But go ahead and give it a try. You know, this is unfortunately, I know with the mother whale, some of the hitboxes, especially for the side cannons, are a little hard to hit. So sometimes you have to retry. But if you ever feel like you're gonna fail, just go ahead and hit, which I'll just do it right now, for example. And let me just go ahead and just rock with this one so I can show you. Come on. Oh, I didn't expect it to take this long. Okay, let me just skip this cutscene. So if you ever feel that, you know, you are gonna be losing, or you're not doing so well, there's 2 things you can do. So like, let's say just in case you feel, oh man, you know, I'm not aiming right, or I'm not doing something correctly, you could just go ahead to the top right, or hit escape if you're playing on PC there, and just go ahead and hit retry, and it's gonna go ahead and just retry there. Or I wouldn't hit quit on here, because if you try to hit quit, it's gonna say it's gonna take up an attempt for that team. So I would not hit quit if I were you. What I would probably do, if you see, okay, if I'm gonna hit quit, you see give up now may cause you to lose an attempt. So if you do that, you're just basically you're gonna crap out with this team. So there's 2 ways you could do it. You could either, if you're on PC, you just hit Alt F4, or if you're playing on window, you just go ahead and click X on the window, and it's not gonna count for this attempt. Or if you're on the phone, you just go ahead and force close the app, and then you go ahead and open it back up, and you'll be good to go. So don't be afraid, you know, if you're gonna fail. If you feel you're gonna fail at any point, just go ahead and just retry, or if not, just close the app, put a new team on there, see how you do, and hey, you know, maybe you might even do better than last time. But if not, I mean, hopefully these recommendations, you know, they helped you out. I mean, I'm not really good at compiling teams, unfortunately. I mean, I love playing the game, but yeah, me just figuring out teams, sometimes it's a little hard. So sometimes I just go on the net and see what other people recommend, and this recommendation was great for me. So I thought I would just share with you guys here. But if you have any other recommendations, you know, go ahead and feel free and leave them in the comments. You know, maybe someone else who doesn't have quite as many Nikkes as I do, or someone else, you know, they could go ahead and use your recommendations, because I want everybody to succeed in this and to get as much gems as you can, since everybody knows that the collab is coming soon. They haven't announced it yet, but, you know, go ahead and hoard those gems, and also hoard those advanced recruit tickets, so then that way you could be for sure to get her, you know, and then save your gold tickets too, in case for any future banners are going to pop up soon. Other than that, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Scrublord out.